Oh. Wait for a few people to tune in. As always, welcome guys. We'll just wait for a few more Saners to tune in and then we can collectively dissect that game. G'day Christina, hope you're going well, hope you're happy. Hey Farron, yep, big win. Too intense, says Damo. 100% agree. I feel like I've got a temperature. I've had a few glasses of wine again, watching the Saners. Being a Saints fan isn't easy, is it? I mean, I'm very happy that we got the win. We're second on the ladder, 4-point win. But yeah, it's not easy for the heart. It's not good for the heart to be a Saints fan, is it? When you're having games like today where, you know, it's one of those games where we just kept getting away. Gold Coast went to another level, came back, we got away again. Gold Coast ended up getting the ascendancy in the last term. And then somehow we just lift again and go to another level just to get the win. And in fact, we didn't go to another level. Dan Butler went to another level. So we'll just comment your thoughts firstly. Just get your thoughts out there. It's not just about me ranting. Get your thoughts and then we'll go through them and we'll talk about them. But it's hard to go past Dan Butler. Absolute man of the match. He saved us there. If Dan Butler was not a Saint and he had not have played for us today, we would not have won that game. Some of the finishing in that last term from Dan Butler, that third goal where he kicked on the outside of his boot was ridiculous. His roving was next level. The only one that he missed was the set shot from 10 metres out that he said was an easy one directly in front in his post-game interview on Channel 7 there. Very modest guy, but geez, he's kicked now 20 goals for the season. Yeah, no doubt he saved us there. I thought Hunter Clark in that last 10 minutes went to another level. For most of the game, he was okay, and a lot of the players were a bit down on their output and on their cleanliness around the ball and their efficiency in terms of their disposal. I don't know how much that has to do with the quick turnarounds in games and Gold Coast pressure, but Gold Coast, let's just quickly put it out there. Gold Coast were very good. Gold Coast played the best game they've played in 4 or 5 weeks. Last week, they were pretty average against GWS. Tonight, they came out hunting. And I was talking to my girlfriend pre-game and I just, had a feeling that now that we're potentially a top 4 team, let's not get ahead of ourselves, but potentially a chance of finishing top 4 this season, the teams that we play that are under us, that are under pressure or, have had a few down weeks and they're in front of their home fans, they're going to come out, they're going to put the pressure on and they're going to think they're up for this battle. And that's exactly what Gold Coast did. Rankin was a freak. Lukosius was immense in the back half. Took and Greenwood were great in the midfield for them. I'm just looking at the clearance stats here and you're looking at 36 clearances to 21 in Gold Coast's favour, 15 to 12 in terms of centre clearances, and then you've got 21 to 9 stoppage clearances for Gold Coast. We basically let them walk it out of the centre, and that's not a great sign. Our midfield was down for the most part of the game. We did some nice things, but for the most part, based on our last 3 or 4 weeks, we were down. But the fact that we got dominated in centre clearances and we still stood up and got the job done is insane. Our backline was under really good. Caulfield played one of the best games he's played all season. So many important marks. I thought Patton was good. There were a couple of critical points in the game. I think it would have been the second or third term where I think it was Ben King got the ball in the goal square and it almost looked like a certain goal, and Ben Patton just comes out of nowhere and lays a goal-saving tackle. There was another point where I think it was Rankin that tackled Pato, and he was about to go out of bounds, but he had the composure to actually handball the ball through for a rush behind. He doesn't panic, and those are the little acts, along with the classiness of Butler. Those are the acts that win you the game. Those are the acts that get you into positions to win when you probably aren't at your best. And I don't think we're at our best tonight. If you rate our performance out of 10, you might give it a 5. You might give it a 6. I wouldn't go much higher than that. I thought our first term was good without being great. Second term was a battle. We were behind at half time. Third term, not bad. We got 15 points up again, but then we conceded 2 late goals, and that was kind of the theme of the whole game, was anytime we got a run on, Gold Coast were able to somehow stop us and get a few goals and get back into the game. In fact, they got 10 points up in the 4th term. So if anything, the key positive from this, guys, is that we got, we were 10 points down with about 10 minutes to go. And, these are games in the past that we would have dropped. We would have dropped this game last year. We would have dropped this game the year before. Saints teams gone by would have buckled and panicked and lost that game. But we didn't. We found a way. We just found a way. And those are the sayings that you hear all the time, the commentators kind of say when you hear about the Geelongs and the Hawthorns and the good premiership teams or finals teams of the recent years, is when they're down, they just find a way. You don't know how. How did St Kilda win that game? Butler kicked 4, but just how? We just found a way. And that's something that I think is really, really exciting for us, is that we didn't just go out there and beat them by 10 goals. We were fighting for it. They played a very good game. Statistically, they were better than us. Statistically, they were the better team. But we just got the job done. And when there's, you're playing games every 3 or 4 days and players are tired and, Geary's out and Phillips is in. And I thought Phillips was pretty serviceable for the most part, apart from a few little things that he did. I thought he was okay, but it's a very interesting season, a lot of quick games, and you just got to bank wins. And right now, guys, it's the first time since 2011 or 2010 that we are sitting 7-3. We're sitting with 7 wins after 10 games, where 2 of those games, and we bring this up in every preview and review, every time, we lost to North and Fremantle when we were 6 goals up in both games. We should be clear and away the top team in the AFL right now. But it doesn't matter. We're still 7-3. It doesn't matter how we got the job done today. We just needed to get it done. I didn't give a shit how we would get it done. We just needed to get it done because it consolidates 2nd place on the ladder for the round. It means that we're a game clear of Geelong, who we're playing on Monday night, so that helps. And then also, we can't forget that on Saturday, Port Adelaide and Richmond are playing each other, which helps us because one of them is going to give up points, unless it's a draw, which would be amazing. One of them's going to lose points, and that means we have a chance to extend a lead on Richmond or actually gain points on Port, who are top. So if Port lose to Richmond, there's actually a chance that if we beat Geelong, we could be equal top by the end of round 11, which would be insane to think about. But, in terms of this game, I thought that, we had to grind it. Zach Jones was a bit below. I thought Billings lifted in the 2nd and 3rd terms. It was the 2nd week in a row where Membry didn't kick a goal. 2 weeks in a row where Skunk has been kept goalless. Now, I don't know if that's a deliberate game plan thing because we are trying to fit Marshall and Ryder and Battle, who kicked 2 into the forward line, and it means less time for Membry in the forward 50 arcs and he has to roam a bit more to allow more space. I don't know. That's something that Ratton needs to clarify, but it's 2 weeks in a row that our best forward, you'd say, hasn't kicked a goal, but we've still won. And that's, it's a negative, but then you flip side, you turn it onto a positive and you say, well, other players are standing up. Battle's kicked 2, Butler's kicked 4, King's kicked 1, Kent's come in and done a job again. Gresh has done well again. So there's, Jack Steele, I haven't even mentioned him yet. Jack Steele's kicked 2 goals and finished with 21 disposals. And I think based on AFL fantasy points, 111 AFL fantasy points, 5 tackles. The man of steel's a freak. He's all Australian. He's leading the best and fairest. He's top 5. I'm going to go as far as to say right now he's top 3 in the Brownlow count. If you stop it at round 10, he'd be top 3 or top 4 with Lachie Neale and a few other decent players there. But it's just good to get the win. I didn't want to come on here and have to rant about us fucking up another opportunity to go top 2 and to, have the chance to beat a team that we really were expected to beat. And that's another thing that we have to come to terms with is we're going to go into a lot of games now potentially being favourites, and we're not used to that. We're used to being the underdog. We're used to being the chasing team, the hunter, not the hunted. But tonight we were the hunted. Gold Coast hunted us. And, at times I thought we did our best to lose the game. There's, by no means we were at our best. But the fact that Gold Coast played a really good game and I thought we weren't at our best and we still got the chocolates and got the win, that's a massive thumbs up to the club is that, you know, it's great winning games when everything's going your way, but it's even more important and more telling when you're winning games when things aren't going your way, the opposition's playing well, and your strengths have been taken away from you. You know, you need to make sure that you find other ways to get the job done, and I thought that's what we did. We found a way to get the job done when things weren't going our way. But enough from me. It's time to get into the comments, my favorite part of all of these videos. Let's see what you guys are thinking. Let me just scroll all the way to the top so that no one gets a miss in this. There are a lot of comments again. Thanks for that, guys. That's too intense from Damo. Hunter Clark was huge from Glenn. You fucking beauty, says Razor. No, hopefully not Razor. Ray 0910 feels. That's from Caleb. I didn't breathe the whole time. That's from Chris. Yeah, I was pretty much the same. That's probably right why my face was so red watching the game, was that I just forget to breathe. You know, that's just what football does, doesn't it? It just makes you panic. Radley says, not our biggest win, but our best for morale. The close ones matter. How great was Butler? Butler was huge. Absolutely huge. You know, you could have asked for more from Butler. A win is a win. Well done, Saints. That's from Tom. Hunter Clark composure was amazing. That's from Timmy. Carlisle best on ground. That's from Guy. To be fair, I thought, how many marks did Carlisle, can't even say his name, end up with? He finished with game high 9 marks. I don't think anyone else had anywhere near as many marks. No. Jack Steele had 8. Ed Phillips had 7. So not bad for Phillips to come in and have 7 marks. Carlisle in the first half was huge. Second half, not so much, but you know, he was driving forward, which is something you don't see a lot from Jakey Carlisle these days. He usually banks himself back in the defensive 50, but you know, he had one of his best games for a while. He had 150 meters gained. He had 17 disposals and 9 marks and 3 tackles. And he kept Sam Day, I think, goalless, I'm pretty sure. To 1 behind. So you can't ask for much more from your centre half back. Go Saints, always tough against Gold Coast. That's from Gary. Good point, actually, there from Gary. That's the 4th game in a row against Gold Coast that we've won that has been under 6 points. I don't know what it is. I don't know if there's some weird rivalry brewing where this is going to be an ongoing thing like the Geelong Hawthorn thing for 10 years, but that's 4 games in a row that we've won that has been under a goal against the Gold Coast. You know, and you wouldn't have picked that to be one of the rivalries and one of the closer matches that we play every year. You know, you wouldn't have picked, Gold Coast is the one that's going to be the tight one. You don't tip that. King needs to do marking training. That's from Jesse. Bit frustrated there that he got so many hands to it again. So many hands to it. And he just couldn't bring him down. He got a few free kicks here and there. And he did some nice things. In that last quarter, there were some critical plays that he needed to get his hands onto the ball. And he did. And that's what he has to do. You know, he's not going to have, you know, dominant quarters all across the game every week. But he's going to have important moments. And when he had those important moments tonight, I thought he stood up and was a big part as to why we got over the line. Heart stoppings from Sharon, Steele, Butler, Clark, Billings the best. Run was king in that game. Great game, Saints. That's from D. Leone says, Butler makes me happy. Always close against the Gold Coast from Christina. Congratulations, Sainers. Hey, Jake. That's from Meg. Hey, Meg. Hope you're going well. Greg says, fucking Hunter Clark, legend. Dan Butler was insane, but Hunter was insane. I know some of those plays from Hunter Clark in traffic, in a game where we're less than a kick up with about 4 minutes to go and he's literally selling candy to about 4 or 5 different players is insane. The composure on this guy who's played less than 40 games in a tight game that we need to win is insane. You know, he's so confident in his own ability right now. I can't imagine how he's going to be. You know, it's scary to think in, you know, another 50, 60 to 100, 200 games, how good this guy's going to be. Pete says, one of the best games of the year. Suns took it up to us. Hunter Clark saved us with Butler still close to best again. Richard said, what a win, and why is it that the commentators always barrack? I know, the Channel 7, really, how many times did you guys imagine having a drinking game where you had to have a shot every time Channel 7 said, gee, the youngsters of Gold Coast are pretty good. Gee, they're looking all right. Oh, look at Rankin, he's going to be a freak. They never said that about us. It was all about Gold Coast. I know Gold Coast are, formulated from the AFL like GWS, and they need to promote them as much as they can. And obviously Gold Coast have been pretty good this year, so it's a good time to do that. But at the same time, they're playing a team that's going for second on the ladder, who were 14th last season. Our climb to grace is as extreme as Gold Coast's, if anything more extreme, because we haven't been given, or not given, but we haven't had number one draft picks thrown at us every year like they have. So I thought that was a bit harsh. I thought they enjoyed Gold Coast a bit too much and they wanted them to win, but we got the job done anyway, so it is what it is. Still a good mid away from being a top side. That's from Dean. I probably agree with you there, Dean. I think we need to go for a Josh Kelly next season. Slow start for Clark, but he brought his game at the end. That's from Colin. Big respect to Suns for that effort from Cameron. Agreed. They were very good. They're going to win a lot of games if they play like that every week, that's for sure. Got smashed in the middle from Peter. 100%. Beat us in clearances, beat us around the ball, but we still got the job done. So if we can improve that next week against Geelong, which we're going to need to, we're playing against Guthrie's and Duncans and Dangerfields. They're going to be very good in the middle. That's a big part of our game. It's surprising to see that we were so lacking in that area tonight, but it doesn't matter. When you play poorly, it doesn't matter if you're doing really well across the board or you're not. If you get the win, that's all that counts, and we got the win, so we're just going to have to enjoy it. Love the Saints' effort. Great effort. That's from Matthew. Jack says Hunter Clark in the last 2 minutes. How good was he? He was fucking amazing, mate. Defense needs to be better at killing the contest. That's from Steve. At times we could have done better, but I thought that they handled their tools. I mean, King, I think he kicked what? He kicked 3 in the end, didn't he, Ben King? A couple of free kicks there. Sam Day held goalless. I thought our backline stood up. They were under a lot of pressure for a lot of the game, so I thought they stood up really well. Butler was a star tonight. That's from Luke. Let's keep going. A lot of these are about Hunter Clark, so we'll skip a few of them, so I'm not repeating myself too much. Flynn says no complaints. Made far too many mistakes. Could have cost us, but we got away with it in the end. Just can't be making those mistakes next week against Geelong. Agree with you there, mate. Farron says 3 votes Butler, 2 votes to Steele, 1 vote for Billings. Battle Marshall Clark. That's pretty on point. This is from Goodwin. So close, real heart. Stop it. Well done, boys. Go Sainers. Good hard-fought win by the Saints. Good show as always, Jake. Thanks, Duncan. Thanks for that, mate. Duncan always tunes in, so it's good to see some of these returning viewers. Very nice. Hats off to both teams and coaches. Future rivalry. That's from Lance. Yeah, exactly. It could be. It could well be a future rival. We might even play them in finals if they make it. I think we're probably maybe 2, 3, definitely 3 to 4 wins away from guaranteeing finals. And I'd say we're about 5 wins away from potentially finishing top 4. So if we haven't played Essendon, we haven't played Hawthorn yet, who are going shockingly. Who else haven't we played, guys? There's about 3, another 3. 2 to 3 teams outside the 8 and about 3 or 4 teams inside the 8 that we haven't played. And a lot of them are coming up fast in the next couple of weeks. And we've got Brisbane in round 13, which is going to be the ultimate test at the Gabba. Damien says, I worry about our midfield against the Cats. We'll see how we go. I'm backing our midfield. I think we bat deep. I know that we struggled a little bit tonight, but I think we were just down. I think that we've had a few big weeks and, maybe this was the tough game we needed to warm up to the Cats, but I don't know. It's hard to tell if it's a permanent problem or it's just a kind of a one-off thing, but we got the job done. That's all that counts. Cameron says Hind has so much hidden talent. Clark with superpowers because he makes plays around him go slow motion. Still big lift in the second half. Patton and Caulfield solid once again. I tipped Gold Coast, so got that wrong, thankfully, from Glenn. Glenn, mate, why would you tip the Gold Coast, mate? Come on. You got to tip the mighty Saints. Farron says, we looked extremely fatigued, and don't blame us, but big game coming up against Geelong, and fresh legs would be the key. Ross, Geary, Loney to come in for Phillips, Kent, and Ben Long. Kent, really? Kent's had a few weeks off anyway, hasn't he? He just came in. I don't know if I'd be dropping Kent. And Ben Long as well. I don't think we need to drop Ben Long, who's had 3 weeks off. It's probably, Geez, who else who's had a decent run that could have a rest? Wilkie, I agree bringing in Ross. Ross for Phillips probably makes sense. The rest I'd probably leave. Let's keep going. Oh, Jack. I swear to God, if I don't see some reds, Jack. Mate, I was on the Pinot Gris tonight. I was on a bit of the white wines. Had some seafood. It was delicious. So it was a good prep for the tough game that was to come later tonight. But at least we got the win, so that makes everything better. Man have still put in another great performance. I know it's hard to see any game this season apart from the Collingwood game where he wouldn't get points in the best and fairest or the Brownlow count. In every game, he's been close to polling votes. That's for sure. Good job tonight, Saints. Much love from a Freo supporter. That's from Hayden, a Fremantle supporter tuning in. Thanks for that, mate. Hopefully you boys get another win this round. You beat Collingwood last week, so that was good to see. This is from Michael. Mate, bloody tight game. Love Jake Carlisle, our best defence, and Butler, thanks. Sydney, what a player. Love you, team all round. I don't know if you've had a few too many wines yourself, Michael, but thanks for the comment. I might only go through a few more, guys. There's been a lot of comments once again. Let's keep going. Excellent game. This is from Luke. Excellent game from both sides. Gold Coast have to be happy with their performance today. They did really well. Surprised me. Today, Saints did well to get the win. So, good win, Saints. And I like this young Suns team. They are looking good. As soon as Matt Rowell comes back, Suns could be a chance, but excellent win nonetheless. How good was Milne tonight? Yeah, on what was it called? The Channel 7, I don't know, the fan cam or whatever it was. He was the guy in the middle. I loved it. Just clapping every time. Loving the Saints footy. You know, it's great to see the old Saint is getting involved, and we've broken our record membership tally, and to see Milne get involved there and have a good night and get on the telly, and every time he did, the commentators just had to reminisce about how good Milne was. That was awesome. Long had a shocker tonight, first game back. That's from Luke. Let's scroll down a little bit. Jeez, there's so many comments, guys. Battle's flexibility is really important to us. I agree. You know, at times I thought, you know, when we're under siege, it looked like he went into defense a little bit and did a good job there and just stabilized and kind of, you know, just calmed things down in the back half. But when we were attacking, we could throw him forward, and he kicked a huge goal in the last quarter. You know, absolutely huge goal to I think it was to put us in front, wasn't it? It would have been to put us in front, then Butler kind of got us the win in the end after that. So, you know, Battle's role was really, really important for tonight. And it's great to see that when you've got Membry not having a massive game, you know, Battle stands up. If you've got Zach Jones not having a game, you've still got, you know, Jack Steele and Billings carrying the load. Brad Hill had a good game, I thought. You know, we're not a team where if one star goes down, we're done. That's the exciting thing. And I think if we had to rely on a couple of stars tonight to get the job done, we would have lost. But the fact that we could spread it across the board a bit more and go, okay, that guy's not playing well, that guy's not playing well, but these two are the ones that we can get the ball to and they can do the job. That's where our strength lies, in the variety, in the mobility. And I think that's why we won the game tonight. We didn't rely on a member to kick a bag. We needed the spread, and we got it. I think we had another 7 or 8 individual goal kickers tonight. So that's again, you know, another great week of goal kickers. We're not relying on 4 or 5. We've got a spread of 7 or 8. Wilkie's how good? Wilkie, geez. Some of those one-on-ones that he was marking, you did not expect him to get hands to that, but he just times the bump. You know, he's probably one of the best players in the league at, you know, getting his hands to someone's back, but not actually pushing them in the back and still getting the mark. You know, a lot of defenders can do that, but they get pinned for pushing in the back. But he just somehow rests it there, creates a bit of a gap with him and his opponent, and then times it to get the mark. And that's, you know, that's something that he's had from pretty much day one when we first drafted him as a mature age recruit. I might leave it there, guys. There's a lot of comments. I could probably go on for another hour with the amount of comments. Damo says, we want ugly and sometimes that's all you need. I might leave it on that. That's a great comment, Damo. We want ugly and that's sometimes all you need. It doesn't matter if we weren't playing free-flowing footy and we didn't kick 15 goals and kick over 100 points like last week. The point is the team was challenged. They stood up. We were behind at times. We were ahead at times. Gold Coast kept getting the deficit back. They end up hitting the front, but we found a way to get the job done, and that's what good teams do. And I think we've got the makings of being a very good team. So this win here could well be, looking, fast forward to the end of the season, you could look at this win and go, that's the win that got us, top 4. That's the win that got us top 2. That's the win that got us to a grand final. Whatever it might have been. These wins right now don't look as good, but maybe in 5 or 6 weeks when, when it's tight at the top and you're looking at some of those games that you could have dropped back in time that could have cost you a double chance or a top 8 chance even, you're going to look at these games and go, fuck, lucky we got the job done there. So I'm going to leave it there, guys. Thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Keep the comments coming anyway. I'll try and comment and respond when I can. Thanks again for watching. Again, over 300 viewers. This will be uploaded straight to YouTube as well. So if you want to go on there and rewatch it or comment, if you're on YouTube and you're not subscribed to Saints TV, go on there and hit the subscribe button. Tomorrow we've got the podcast as well coming out. Massively quick turnaround. We've got podcast Friday to talk about this game and preview the Geelong game. And then we've got Sunday, I've got my live preview to preview the Geelong game on the Monday night and then review Monday night for the Geelong game. So it's going to be a massive couple of days, guys, but I'm glad we got the win. We're second on the ladder. We are 7 wins from 10 games. Isn't that fucking great? How good does that feel? No matter how we get the job done, we're getting the job done, because no doubt a year ago, we would not have won that game. And boys and girls, we won that game because we are growing. This team is building and building. There's little things every week. Some weeks we show off how good we are with the ball in hand when we can play free-flowing football. Other weeks we show when it's against us that we can grind it and we can still win when everything's going against us. And that's the most impressive thing, is we can win in different ways. But until Sunday night, guys, I hope you stay safe and stay healthy and make sure you abide by all the new rules that Dan Andrews has put into place. Stay indoors and within your 5K radius. And I'll see you Sunday night for the preview of the Geelong game, and then Monday for the review of the Geelong game. And hopefully it's a massive, massive win on Monday night. It's going to be a big test. But until then, guys, enjoy the rest of your night, your Friday, and then your weekend, and go you mighty Sainers.